Mario Edwards is a veteran, been around the league for a while now. What do you see from him so far, and what can he bring to the table with a bunch of new guys in that room and some young guys in that room?
Yeah, Mario, veteran, he shows up, man, intense every day, locked in. Coach, how can I get better? Right? You show up with that mindset, it's easy for us to coach you. And Mario has done a great job for what we've asked him to do, little scheme change for him, and he's taken to it well. He's taken the coaching well. Coach Rod has done a great job with him. He just adds to the versatility amongst our defensive line, and that's what we're looking for across our entire team, just versatility. As many versatile players as we can have allows us schematically, right, to mix things up a lot.
Speaking of Derek Stingley, what have you seen from him from the way he played at the end of last season to where he is today?
Derek has done a great job in camp. He's been very consistent, one of our most consistent players in camp, so I'm encouraged with where Derek is.
Coach, on Saturday, we got a chance to talk to Matt Burke about moving Jalen Petrie around a little bit, getting him back familiar with maybe some of the schemes that he ran in college. What did you see on film to be able to say maybe we should do something like that?
It's not what I seen on film with Jalen. It's just who Jalen is as a person, as a player. All right, Jalen, right, is very versatile, right? You talk about a guy who's disruptive when he's blitzing. He's disruptive in the pass game, running game. So Jalen is moving all around different places, and that's something I think that will help us defensively.
How would you assess how CJ and Diggs' connections look throughout the first few days of camp?
Yeah, CJ and Diggs have been really good. You see them growing, you see them, their connection, their bond, they're communicating. Seems like after every snap, right, those guys were talking or pre-snap with alignments. They're getting on the same page, and that takes time. It takes building a relationship outside of being on the football field. It takes building that relationship right in the locker room, meeting rooms, and that's what I see from both of those guys. A ton of communication, which allows their relationship to build stronger.
Miko Kamari last year made plays during OTAs. He made plays in minicamp. He made plays today. When did you notice when he was doing against some of the top players, when did you notice he was kind of ready for that challenge to go against some of the better players that you have?
Kamari is showing up every day. He's quiet, but he's locked in, focused, intense, and you don't notice him much because he's always doing his job. He's always where he should be. He's always in position. He's always doing what we ask him to do. And as a rookie, that says a lot for a young guy to come in and not be noticed a lot for doing something negative. But everything has been positive with Kamari. He's exactly the guy we saw from the Georgia film, like dialed in. A lot of people call him a dog. He's a dog. He's locked in, and it'll show up even more, I think, once we get the pads on. Just remember the Georgia tape, how physical he was when it came to tackling. So encouraged with where he is, starting out such a young career, where he is right now in training camp, what he did in OTAs. I think he'll continue to ascend and get better.
Signing Cam Akers, what do you think about adding Cam to the equation? How do you see him fitting in the running back room?
We added Cam, see if he can compete.
Hey, Coach, two-part question here. One, what's been your early evaluation of Blake Fisher, and two, with Larry Tunsil? How beneficial is it for a young rookie like himself to get those early reps going up against like a Will Anderson Jr.?
It's really been an advantage for Blake, for Laramie being out, and Blake having to get in there, all right, and learn on the fly. Like, it's really been very beneficial. It's an advantage to him because the more reps you get, the better you get, right? And Blake is going against Will. He's going against Daniil. So, all those guys are getting better up front. You talk about Blake, Titus, our entire offensive line, defensive line, the way they work. That's the hardest thing to do when you're trying to practice in a safe manner, right? The O-line and D-line, there's some give and take there, but they have to work their craft and get better. And I think both sides of the ball has done a really good job of, iron sharpening iron, really challenging each other. So I'm very pleased with the way our O-line and D-line has been working.
How exciting is it when the pads come on? Like when you're out here without pads, how exciting is that first day of pads that y'all look forward to?
Yeah, first day of pads is always an exciting day. And then after about 3 days, guys are ready to get out of the pads. So it lasts for a little bit, and then guys are tired of it. But it's fun for us. I don't know how much fun it is for the players, especially in this humidity. But it'll be fun to see the pads go on tomorrow, to see just a little more contact, a little more physicality. You shouldn't see much change from our practices, though. Main thing, how we practice, we want to keep everybody safe, keep everybody up off of the ground.
Going back
We'll take a couple more.
Going back to Kamari, talking to his teammates, they kind of use that attitude dog as well. As you just mentioned, we haven't come on the pass yet. How have you kind of seen that mentality from him already as far as that dog mentality?
You just see the mentality of like just his eyes, his demeanor. Like in the meeting room, he's locked in. You can see it in his eyes that he's truly taking in what you're giving him when it comes to coaching points or corrections, and he's locked in from that standpoint. And when he comes out here on the field, it's the same thing. He's not a loud guy by words, but he's a loud guy by his actions. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Questions for Sting?
When you think about where you are now and how you played at the end of last season, good do you feel and how much confidence do you have having all those good games under your belt?
I mean, I feel good. I feel like this year is, as a whole, as a defense, I feel like at this point last year, we're a little bit ahead of schedule as far as chemistry-wise and just talking on the field, just making sure everybody knows what they got going on. So, I mean, I think we all feel good right now.
What do you think about what Kamari has been able to do in a short time since he's been here?
I can't even remember a catch being caught on him in a long time. So, I mean, he doing what he doing, and it's a reason to hear, and it's the lockdown that side of the field. So,
How does that help you? Like, you got one side of the field. How does that help you to have one person you've had that how does that help you?
Really, it helped me explain certain things, like explain football terms in a better way. If he has a question or something, instead of just having to put it in my own terms, I got to know how to communicate with my teammates. So, and I mean, he pretty much know everything already, but a few times he'll ask a question and just being able to answer him on that.
How much is from a bonding perspective with your friends from across the league and from your teammates to go to get away and work on some things and talk about the DB profession?
So what's the question?
How much did that help you to go to Hawaii?
I mean, it was good. It was a time to be somewhere else, but still, work with my pops. Him doing the camp and having a couple of us out there, just working on different techniques, different ways to play the game. So we all took some of that, and now we're here. So it's good.
Tell us about the challenge and the fun you're having going up against Nico and Steph and everybody every day out here.
It's fun. Every day you get better. Every day you probably see something you ain't never seen before. So, I mean, that's good because, once we get in the game, it's probably going to be something schemed up like that. So it's good that we see it in practice now.
You got to see a couple of really great wide receiver groups when you were at LSU. When you look at the wide receiver group here, is it comparable to what you saw back in 2019?
The group we got now, I feel like it's, you just throw it to whoever. They probably going to score after the catch. So, I think the group we got now, they're pretty good.
A couple more? Here. I know y'all play a lot of band together. Has NCAA replaced that?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel like that kind of brings a line?
I mean, people picking their all how you say that? Yeah. And just going and just playing with them. So, the only team I played with was LSU. So if anybody want to play, we can play.
What's it been like from a preparation standpoint heading into the season, kind of no rehab in the off season, healthy off season. What's it been coming into this season?
You said that again.
What's it been like coming into this season with no rehab in the off season, just a healthy off season ahead of the season?
Oh, I mean, it's good. It's pretty much like last year. I was here, and then I was also working out, like with my pops or wherever I was at. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good.
Who's your favorite guy to play against in college football 25?
Oh, I mean, it really don't matter. I pretty much win all the games I play. So, I play with LSU a lot. So.
All right. Thanks, Dane.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
What's up? How y'all doing? It's a little cool in here, huh? Couple of mosquitoes.
Talking about how you've been giving them a lot of free game. They really like the advice. Tank was talking about that. How much do you like to pay it forward and just help people pass on some of your knowledge?
Seeing that I got some experience, I think it's just like it's the right thing to do. Of course, got a lot of young guys on this team, a lot of hungry, humble guys. Not just Tank. Oh, damn, excuse me, I just got to practice. I'm a little tired, but not just Tank. Nico, he just got paid and he's still seeking knowledge, still want to get better. But I'm just big on everybody kind of falling on the same sword. Like me being accountable firsthand. I'm not going to be perfect, but let's not ever coach effort. You know what I'm saying? And then technique. So I mean, it's just I feel like it's the right thing to do. Not just where I'm at in my career, but just how I've been for a long time. I've always, led from the front. You know what I'm saying? Front line always, as young men say, we were on the front line. So, yeah.
When did you first come to that mindset that you wanted something like this? Has it always been? I know you had to take on type of big brother role for
Yeah, it's my whole life.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess, kind of like around 14, like when my dad passed away, you kind of learned a lot of sacrifices going in, a lot of, mentorship even from your younger brothers, kind of being the man of the house. But as I grew as a young adult until now, just that's always been one of the focus of mine, bringing as many people with me. No matter how much success you have, always try to bring as many people with you. And, you won't dim your light at all, shedding light on anybody else, especially with these days. They're real special. So out here just grinding and competing at a high level is one of my main focuses.
How would you describe you and CJ's connection? You guys obviously spent some time after practice working on little things. How has that relationship kind of grown since camp started?
It's a work in progress. I'm not going to say everything is perfect, but you see us kind of getting on the same page here and there. And, nothing's going to be perfect. I starve for it, we grind for it, but getting on the same page, play after play, and that communication, that open line of communication, I feel like that's going to really separate it. Seeing that we have such a small period of time, but this isn't my first rodeo, and I'm not by no means, can I get that towel? I'm by no means reinventing the wheel. This is the same football we've been playing since we were 5, and 7 is special. I think everybody kind of knows that. I must reiterate it, though, because I see it firsthand, you know what I'm saying, and taking it play after play and building. So it's a work in progress, just to answer your question.
Steph, you kind of talked about bringing people along with you. One of the guys is you've gotten conversations after practice with Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter.
Yeah.
Just what does it mean to be going up against those two young cornerbacks, but also why is it important to build on that relationship on the defensive side?
Those are people I'm going to see every day, competing at a high level. I actually think Sting is, and I won't even shake when I say that. I think he's one of the best DBs in the league, you know what I'm saying, especially from talent level. And he's fast, he can run, he can break, and he competed at a high level throughout his career. So for me, just going in each and every day with a mindset of getting them better, like not only competing one-on-one. Yeah, I wanna do you in the worst way, but it's out of love, you know what I'm saying? And even the young Lassner is, as they say, bringing in a guy that's ready. He could be ready, you know what I'm saying? He might even be ready right now. He's a guy that's, takes it day by day, technique, sound, seeking knowledge, and want to compete at a high level, and he ain't running from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about junk to him a little bit, just to kind of get him going, and he's right there. He's standing 10 toes down. So something that you like to see in young players is that confidence. So just to see those guys day in and day out, not even just them, just all the DBs. I had a conversation with them like day 1 and day 2 that like anything y'all need from me, come holler at me. Just like you said, like I've been this way, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, this isn't nothing new to me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people see me for the first time, but I'm trying to get better. I want to be better. I want to be the best me, but I'm bringing as many people as I can with me. Like those young kids are special. Like, this young team kind of see a lot of potential in, but it kind of starts just in practice.
Have you been able to build a relationship with Gerard Johnson yet? If so, how's that? What's his style like?
Yeah, not too much. Not yet. Yeah, but it's coming soon though.
You and
It's a lot. It's a big team.
You and Cole Beasley were both All-Pro.
It's my dog.
I talked to him. He said that y'all had like a healthy competitiveness, and both were kind of happy for each other when you did well. But he said y'all talked smack back and forth, just healthy competitiveness. Are you think you anticipate having that with these guys too?
No, I do this now. Like right now, it's practice, so it's not many balls going around. But when they are in the air, and it's a healthy competition of I'm open, but who's more open? You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of me and Bees used to do. Like, we were big on separation. Like, I got separation. Like, he got separation. But who's more open? That's who should get the ball. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like a healthy competition. And I think part of being a player that's gotten to this point is a healthy paranoia of always wanting to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just like that guy on your shoulder saying you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So for me, pushing those guys around me is like, I'm open. You get open. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy, though. You know what I'm saying? I find it like positive reinforcement, positive encouragement, positive words. I speak it over myself, and I speak it over those around me. But you know what I'm saying? I do talk my shit. Excuse me.
We'll do two more. Coming to a new team, you have to build relationships. I know it's on the field, you dance with Tank, you got fucking handshakes. What is some of what is it like building some of that relationship off the field with the guys?
You just get to know them. Like, knowing a guy on a personal level, spending time with him. The more time you spend with somebody, the more appreciation you have for them. Like, you kind of know a little bit about them, their personality, what pushes them a little bit. Like, I know you bring up Tank, but I can see that Sting is like not necessarily nonchalant, but he's a ball player. He ain't on the extra. He don't do too much celebrating. But I had a conversation with him, like, I'm gonna poke at you a little bit, because you could tell that, you know what I'm saying, he's had that in him his whole life. He's a dog 100%, but poking at him a little bit, being like, all right, now, come on, you're gonna have to give me a little something. So just building that and getting to know the guys. I mean, it makes for a team camaraderie, as my coaches would say when I was young, and getting to know somebody. You want to play with people that you know. You know what I'm saying? And I can't go out there and give you blood, sweat, and tears. I don't know your middle name, so don't quote me, but I'm still learning middle names.
Have you gotten to know Houston better? Does it feel like
Yeah. I played in 2 extremely cold places. I imagine being here, this is what hell kind of feels like. You know what I'm saying? but I ain't complaining. I swear, the food's amazing. I've been trying to eat healthy, but I have a couple cheat days. I won't shout out any restaurants yet, but getting out there and seeing the people, you know, that Southern hospitality is real, and just, you know, the city is a lot of love. So I'm getting to know it a little bit. Highway's still getting tricky, so.
Last one, sorry. Hey, I apologize if you've been asking this already. I got here kind of late. What type of relationship have you developed with wide receivers coach Ben McDaniels? How much has he helped you get acclimated to this offense?
Great. I spent a lot of time with him. I kind of approach it. I've been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie. Like, for me, like, just going in the meeting room, getting that extra time. Out here, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm a damn sure put the time in when I step outside the line, just to be mentally sharp, just so I can play fast. Like, I want to hit the ground running when I come out here, and I want to play with a lot of confidence. You play with confidence by knowing what you got, alignment, assignment, and, you know, just trying to ball. Like, for me, I try not to make football more than what it is, but those people are real key in your success, especially my position coach. You know, he'll know how to push you too. I told him, like I said earlier, falling on the same sword as everybody else. Even though they've been here, they might got a little bit more knowledge, but coach me how you would coach them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older. I could take it. You know what I'm saying? You might can cuss at me a couple times. So I said, just coach me hard, and I'll meet you on the back end. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Appreciate y'all time. Thank you, man.
Phone is this? Yeah, it's Stefan's phone. It's all cracked up and stuff. Yeah, go ahead and get it. There you go. Tell me you need to get a new phone. You got all that money. You get a new phone. How y'all doing? Doing good.
Think about the potential for the defense. What are you seeing? Is it starting to come together now?
Man, I think potential is just it's something that everybody just uses so loosely. You know, potential. Everybody has potential to do anything, but you got to put the work in, and I think that's what everybody's trying to do, just one day at a time, working to get to where we know we're trying to go. You know, everybody's writing their goals down and stuff. I know myself, write my goals down before I get out here. You know, first day of training camp, be writing everything down. And then you got to look at it every single day and attack the day when you get out there and, you know, look back and say, hey, did I get one step closer to my goal? So I think you just got to take it one day at a time when you talk about stuff like that.
What type of conversations have you and CJ been having throughout training camp so far?
A lot of trash talking, you know, a lot of competitiveness, but also just a lot of, like, learning back and forth. You know, I'll ask him different questions about things he might have saw, why he threw the ball in a certain spot. You know, I mean, he's just – and to be in year 2, but, you know, you're seeing, like, the accuracy that he throws with, just the intellect that he has when he's on the field, you know. So I think it's just pretty cool to see a young quarterback like that, you know, play with so much confidence and swagger. But
actually put the ball and deliver in tight windows and spaces where it's supposed to go. So it makes it hard on defensive players when you're covering because you could be in a great spot and he has a great throw and a great catch from one of the receivers or one of the playmakers that we have. And it's just great competition. That's why you love being here. That's why you got to love training camp. That's what it's about.
A lot of the players seem to light up just talking about D'Amico Ryan's defense. Could you explain to fans what your intentions are if you're playing defense the way that you want?
Man, I think if you're playing defense the right way, then it's just fast. You talk about swarm, and that's like the embodiment of everything that we try to do. So it's just an exciting, physical, fast defense, taking the ball away, making plays, big hits. And that's what you want. And that's why I say, every day out here training, working the techniques, working against our guys on offense to, make sure we put something good on tape when we play on Sundays.
You've got a little bit of off-season now for training camp practices, but is it pretty easy to see what your two edge guys, Anderson and DeMille, can do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, obviously, the success that they both had, obviously D, the longevity of his success, and even with Will, with being successful as a rookie, I think it just goes hand in hand with just their work ethic and the way that they carry themselves. I sit next to Daniil in the locker room and we talk every single day. Same thing with Will, talk to him every single day. And just their mindset and their work ethic just speaks for itself. So I think it's not hard. Johnny Holland used to always tell us, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And I think that's as pure as it gets when you talk about those two guys. They work really hard, so that's why they have the success that they do. Obviously, they're great players, but it comes from the work that they put in as well.
You have more experience in D'Amico Ryan's defense than anybody else in the linebacker room. What do you think those guys learn more from? Is it watching you? Is it talking to you about the defense? What do you think the rest of the linebackers learn from you best?
I think it's just overall, because I just talk about myself, when I first get into the defense as a rookie, and you learn from all the different guys in there, everybody has like a little nugget, a little bit of knowledge that they can spread to you. So I think it's just the last 5 years, 4 years with that scheme and with D'Amico of just knowledge and experience, and it just allows everybody to kind of pick my brain because sometimes it's hard. A young guy might not want to go to a coach with a question for whatever reason. I've been there too with D'Amico. I can ask him anything, but sometimes you're like, I think I might have already asked him this question. I want to think I don't know the answer, so you might go to somebody else. And I think that's just what I'm here for that group, but just for all the guys, just being able to help bridge the gap, from D'Amico and the coach's perspective of what we're trying to get done, but also for the players, just with having that familiarity with the scheme. Same thing for a guy like Jimmy Ward, last year. Now it's just adding one more person to myself, who also knows the scheme as well and can relay it and communicate with the guys. So, I tell them, ask me all the questions you got. I learn stuff from them as well. Like, I'm in year 6, but I think, the mentality you got to have is you got to keep trying to grow, keep trying to get better, work on your craft as well. So I just try to be an open book for them.
It's been a shirt.
We'll finish with Chase.
It's been a shirt and shorts for most of these practices so far. But as a linebacker, it's excitement level as you guys get a chance to put on the pads.
I mean, yeah. I think at the end of the day, the game is played with pads on. So, of course, you're excited, but it's all over the place. O-line's excited because they could have swore they would have blocked you. D-line's excited because they swore they wasn't going to get blocked. So I think everybody, there's an intensity level that comes with competing and playing in the NFL, where, it's the best of the best. So everybody thinks they're the best. Otherwise, you probably won't last long enough here. So it's going to be good competition just to see how it works.
What have you seen from Kamari last year? Has anything surprised you at all in the comments you've had with him?
Surprised me? No, I think, like I said, it's just the harder you work, the luckier you get. Rookies come in and it's all different, levels that you might start at. And then how you progress from there is kind of up to you, because I'll speak for myself coming in the league with Dre Greenlaw. Me and him were rookies coming in together. I think physically he was there already, just big, strong, Arkansas strong, that's what we always called him. We look at somebody like Kamari, he came in a little bit more NFL ready to go, just being honest. And, he still got to get his wind and stuff up under him, but just playing fast, still got to learn the techniques and stuff like that, as we all do. But I think he's just been playing fast and just trying to ask as many questions as he can, just being a sponge. All the guys, I think, just being a sponge, soaking it all up and just taking it one day at a time. So, obviously you like where they are right now, but just keep trying to trend up, and I'm excited for all of their growth.
Thanks.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No problem.